dum 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 dum
Space between.
Oh
my god.
Why hello?
You sound like a werewolf.
Yo! This is the Space Between podcast where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business, what's happening and what's happening sexed. It's Pat Shand.
It's Amy Shand.
This episode, I'm not sure if you know, but strap yourself in. Strap yourself on, actually. This is episode 69.
That's why you said sext, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
And strap on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
So,
job.
first and foremost, though, I have to start by doing something.
Okay.
Give me some sexy music.
Dun 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 dun
Oh.
dun dun dun
Ah.
dun.
That's a good touch.
Dun,
Oh, yeah.
This is what we call burlesque
Get a little bit of that tattoo, right?
Nice. That nice foresha, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
So what's up?
Nothing much. I wore my necklace to talk about where we went yesterday.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What we did.
Hey.
And just got home from work. And I got another compliment on my new car today at work. So that was fun.
Man, you're very car-centric, huh?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, you think that you're this, big-time car baller?
No, I do not think that.
You think that you're a big-time car
But I will say
baller?
that this happened when I got the Chevy, and this is happening now. When I first got my last car, I'd be driving, and I will look at every single car and compare it to my car. And then it stopped because it wasn't as new anymore. Then we got the Audi.
In my opinion, it stopped that time that you pulled out of that parking spot and went over that little hump thing.
It had a few dings.
And you were just like, the car's not new
It's a
anymore.
piece of shit now.
Yeah.
So then we got this car, doing the same thing. I always notice other people's cars and everything. I just really like cars.
You do.
But, so anyway, so work was good, and I work the same exact shift tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed early tonight, like I always do.
You always feel bad about it, too.
I do.
But before we get off the car topic, I was reminded of a story that I told you recently, that usually, see, I'm not very car-centric. I don't really, I don't want to say I'm not car knowledgeable, because what I can do now is if I see a car going down the street, I could be like, that sweet bitch is a Toyota.
When I met Pat, he could not look at the emblem on the back of a car and tell you what kind of car it was.
Now I could say...
I don't know how common that is, but I was like, what the fuck?
Now I could say...
To you.
Look at that Honda over there. And hey, right next to it, look at that little italic bitch.
Hyundai.
The Hyundai.
Yep,
you know?
good job. That one's too close, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, who came first, right?
The chicken or the egg?
Honda.
The Hyundai or the Honda? I can't even say it.
To me, Honda had to come first.
Yeah.
Some wild boy from Hyundai was like, yeah, I like Hondas a lot. They were
Like, I really like the H.
a beautiful H.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just, you know? But I wasn't very knowledgeable about cars. And my dad gifted us one time with one of his old cars. And that car was, I'm not sure, I think it was originated in France, and it's a Mercedes-Benz, right?
He said he'll be looking flashy in his Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, but like the right way to say it is Mercedes-Benz,
Mercedes.
right?
I don't know if it's French.
I don't think it really is.
Okay.
But so I have my Mercedes-Benz, and I went to pick up one of probably at its heart the kindest. Hey, if you call for a sniff
My nose is
during
stuffy.
my story again, you're gonna find yourself alone in episode 69. Okay. I went to pick up soft boy Ryan Cady. You know, that nice boy Ryan Cady, and Ryan Cady, he's a comic book writer. He writes for Top Cow. He writes Infinite Dark, and he has worked on Adventure Time. This motherfucker has worked on Venom for Marvel. Okay. And I pull up to the train station, and my mind is on 4 things as one. Like the Holy Trinity with one more. Mm-hmm. Right? Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Chicken, bacon, ranch, pizza.
Guess what you're doing again?
What? I do that, you know? It's part
Always.
of me. It's part of me. It's part of me, especially during episode 69, right?
During episode 69.
Hey. You see what I just did there?
Yep.
The little booby dance? Mm-hmm. So I picked up Ryan Katie. And when I did, he looked at the car and he said, what is he? Was like, damn fancy, man. Something like that. And I was like, what? And he said...
You're like, what's fancy about chicken bacon ranch?
Yeah. My mind was on fucking carbs and cheese, you know? And the Italians, okay? Ryan was like, your car, you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. And I was like, oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, I'm a baller.
Yeah. I forgot that my wallet was very chunky. Okay? But yeah, no, you, that's what you thrive on, though, you know? Yeah. In fact, it takes me by surprise when I get it. When you get it, when you don't get it, you're surprised, you're scandalized, you're pissed.
What are we talking about again?
Car compliments.
Oh, car compliments. Remember when I told you that...
I'm pissed.
Sorry.
We've had one topic so far.
I know. I just lost track really fast of your sentence. But remember when I was joking about how I was going to put a little index card on the inside of the Audi, like appropriate comments you can make about my car?
What were those? Yeah.
It was like, nice ride.
Nice ride. That's a good one.
Nice coupe.
Nice coupe is so specific.
Because that
No, I know. You want to hear a coupe.
You can say, like, you can make a comment about, like, how, you know, it's a European car.
What would you say? Like, oh, nice European car.
Nice Audi.
The specific company you want to hear?
Because then you... now you're just making me sound like a dick. Let's go to the next.
No, I'm not. I'm parsing your list.
Because if you know what it is, then I feel like you would know what it is.
How about if like a 48-year-old woman came up to you and said, "That is a beautiful automobile."
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Does that make the list?
That's what he said today. He said it was a really pretty, like, beautiful car.
Yeah, someone who also had a nice car complimented Amy on her car.
That's why
it must have felt so good.
That's what I like.
Must have felt so good.
Oh, yeah. I already want to get another car wash because I see a little dust on the back.
You want someone who's, like, on your level of car knowledge to look at your car and be like, just hit you with one of those card compliments.
Yeah.
If someone said nice ride to me, I'd be like, thank you. But how'd you get here? And they're like, what? I'd say, how'd you get here from the 90s?
Yeah, that is kind of a 90s term.
Yeah.
Nice ride.
Nice ride.
Bruh.
Not even. Dude, you know? Dude. We have a comment from Matt. Matt Novellas is a comic book creator. He recently, he and writer Steph Cannon have a Kickstarter going on. And if you want to do that, back that one, check it out. Go to Matt Novellas' page and check out his Kickstarter. Matt says, this is by far the best pronunciation of that car name ever. I will forever hear that one now. That Mercedes Banks. That one?
Danny's here.
Our friend Danny DeViro from San Diego, where Amy was born, and where I was raised for 2 years, is here. So Amy, you...
That's where I raised you.
Yeah, you did in some ways raise me, you know? As I in more ways raised you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you had a good day at work?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm happy to be home, though.
I'm happy to have you home.
Thank you.
So on episode 69, I figured that we talk about some sex, you know?
Ready to go.
Talk about some of that sexy sex, you know?
But first, can I describe my necklace?
Yeah, of course.
Because that's a different topic.
Yeah. Can I...
It's romance.
It's true. After you describe it, can I also talk about some of the alternate substances I offered to put in there?
Sure.
Okay, so take the floor.
Was it Christmas gift?
I was thinking about this too. I was trying to figure out if it was it could have been three things: Christmas, birthday, or anniversary. I'm thinking anniversary maybe.
So as a gift, Pat got me this necklace. It's so pretty. The front is like a tree of life sort of thing, and the back says "always in my heart" because technically it's supposed to be for like a loved one's ashes. Cause
It was anniversary.
okay, cause inside there's two little like vials that are sealable, little metal vials. So we went. We drove it's like 2.5, 3 hours to our wedding venue.
Yeah.
Yesterday on my day off, and we went to the venue that we got married right next to the river there, and I took a little bit of dirt and a little bit of water from the river where it was, and I put some in each of the vial and sealed it up, and now it's in the necklace. So now we brought it back home, and now our wedding venue is inside here.
Right. Because what it is that normally that necklace, you can hold someone's ashes in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I remembered that it was for the anniversary and not Christmas was because I saw that after our cat Wesley passed away. And I was thinking about, after I saw this, I knew I was getting it for you. But I began to think about alternate ways that I could also do something similar for what it was actually made for, you know?
Right.
But yeah, so now we have, I mean, it's very magic. We have in the necklace, we have
Hi, Zach.
the water from our wedding venue.
Yep.
And literally, watch this. For those who can't picture this, just use your imagination. I'm gonna set the scene for you.
Okay.
Our wedding venue overlooks a river and then a path of red gravel and dirt. Okay? So we...
It's like a nice walkway along the river.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like...
What did she call it? You can't
Path?
reach the
trail.
trail?
Maybe trail?
I don't know.
So yeah, but there's sort of like a peninsula almost of just a trail that goes through a small portion of the river and then the actual larger river. And Amy got the water from the river between the trail and our wedding venue.
Yep.
We could literally, from where we got the water, we could see where we stood it. And in fact, I saw a flash of a ghost of the imprint memory of me and you on our wedding day.
Oh, wow. Remember you took some pictures too.
I did, yeah, and maybe even in the podcast, if I remember while editing, I'll put those pictures here,
Yay.
here, and then here, here. But yeah, it was awesome.
Super fun.
And just to stay on topic too for the episode, we actually had sex in the room above where we got married.
Yeah,
Just so
not
you know.
yesterday.
No, no, they wouldn't let us in.
No, because they were doing renovations.
Yeah.
But yes, that's true. So
We had some
that's a
of that.
good segue
We had some of that dub
to our
S.
69th episode.
Joe, 69 is a lot, you know.
Yeah, we've done a few now. Wow.
We're approaching 100. You know, we're on the road to 100. But yeah, we had some of that dub S in that room up there. You know, and it was beautiful. One thing I want to ask you. First we have a comment from Zach. Zach says, "Good afternoon." Zach O'Connor, we talked about him last episode. You know, he's a good friend of ours. He is the gentleman who made the Clonsters cake, and he has a Clonsters tattoo and a Clonsters polo shirt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
definitely awesome. So let's see. And viewers, anyone watching now, chime in with any questions about sex, sexuality. I wrote in the description if you want to have a question about the Popeyes chicken sandwich, we'll be happy to talk about that. You know, or in fact, now it's okay to talk about Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A apparently has stopped donating. And here's the thing: I didn't even know much about the causes that they were still donating to. I looked into it and it looked like they were still donating to the Salvation Army, which a leader in the past had some anti-gay statements, and some sports organization that is strictly Christian. So the truth is, I don't know enough about who they donated to be like, you know, I don't really know. But they have cut ties with those donation sources, and they're donating now toward, from what I remember, this is off the cuff, toward homelessness, which that's always a cause that I do think that needs more attention, you know. It's one thing that kind of confuses me, that so many of the candidates for president always talk about student loans and stuff, and they're not talking about homelessness. And it's, I mean, obviously they're trying to appeal to who will get them a vote. Like a homeless person isn't able to vote for them because they don't have an ID sometimes, or they don't have a home where they can register to. So it definitely it strikes me as something that needs to be talked about more. That homelessness issue, you know.
Yeah.
So hey, shout to chicken sandwiches, I'll say.
Word.
But
We gotta get them for dinner soon if that's the case.
yeah, have you? No. Well, we have. Well, can we talk about this?
What? Sex?
69.
For the 69th episode?
The actual position. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Amy and I only ever 69 once. You know, it seems like you know what it seems like? It seems like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah. For those who are listening to the audio,
It's like complicated.
I'm rubbing my stomach and patting my head at the same time.
Yeah.
Did I do it? Yeah. Did I get the most out of each motion? No. If I was
Right.
just doing this, I'm so full, rub the stomach. If I have a desire to do it like this,
Right. That's a good way to put it.
thanks. So have you ever 69 besides me? Tell the truth.
No, yes. But like I forgot what you asked me the other day where I couldn't like really remember. I just have like a really bad memory, so I wouldn't be able to like pinpoint a time, but I wouldn't feel comfortable saying no. Because
Yeah.
I know that's not true. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even know how we fell into it.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of those things like
Like a let's try this sort of thing?
yeah, I think that when we were first, I mean, I won't speak for you, but I do think that most people when they first get together, there's a period where there's a lot of sex as you figure one of those bodies out.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of just tumbled into that 6 and that 9. You know?
That's true. It could have been like the 4th time that day or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Imagine, I mean, like, I'm not sure if it's because we're older or because we've been together forever, but like, I couldn't imagine it 4 times in a day.
I know. When I think about that, I'm like, damn, I must have had so much energy. Must have been like younger or something. Because it was
Yeah.
like 5-6 years ago now.
Yeah. And like, I guess also you know less about one another's bodies. So there's like, you're less probably effective about what you can do. So you just do multiple
You're like
times.
trying.
And you learn, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Like you're Harry Potter in class, you know?
Totally.
But yeah, do you have any any strange sexual stories that you would share?
I guess like when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, I don't know why I was just like in the summertime and stuff, I would always be spending time outside and at the beach during the day and everything.
Yeah.
So like this was crazy, yo, and I don't even know who lived or lives in these homes, but like on the beach there's these big, like really nice, I don't know if they're like vacation homes or like millionaires homes or both.
Yeah.
But they have like big old patios that are literally on the sand that have stairs down to the sand.
Okay.
So I be going up those stairs and on the patios at night and like fucking on them.
On someone's patio.
Yeah.
That's so much crazier than I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to say that you had sex under the stairs on the beach, like
That
on the
too,
sand.
though.
That's one thing I don't like, that beach sex, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't now because of like the sand and stuff, but I feel like that's why we went up the stairs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Were you ever caught or anything?
No. Because I would have been like a sexual predator or something.
You know, you were a
public
teenager.
sex?
You're a teenager.
True.
Were you ever caught having sex, or did a parent ever find out that you had sex too early?
Yeah. No, I wasn't not caught having sex,
Okay.
but I told you this before because I've always journaled ever since I was little.
Yeah.
So one time my parents, they read my journal
Yeah.
and I remember how they like approached it. My dad, he's like, first he said like, oh, we read this thing that was so nice, like about your family. Cause I wrote this thing
boy.
in there about like how much I love my family and shit. Right.
Yeah.
So he's like, we really like that. But already in my head, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I know where that is. You know what I mean? So then when he confronted me about this journal entries, I told him, remember that they were made up
Yeah.
stories.
Fictional
stories.
Got little novels in our hands.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Which, like, maybe he would have believed because I was into, like, you know, creative writing and I, like, win awards, you know, for, like, my essays and stuff. But no, not in a journal. Do you know what I mean?
Damn. So, hold on. Here's the thing, though. Even if they're fictional stories, your dad still found a journal where you're talking about sex in the first person.
Yeah.
You must have still been embarrassed.
Definitely.
I would have been so embarrassed.
Super.
In fact, recently, my mom, it was the first time that you visited. She told me that she found a bunch of my drawings and that they were so beautiful. And she led me to the pile, and I went through it. And really quickly into it, there's a bunch of titties that I drew.
They're really beautiful,
Yeah,
she said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I was crafting those breasts with colored pencils, you know. I had like a specific color.
And now you like booties.
I mean, there's booties there too.
Okay.
It's just harder to draw. I mean, I like breasts too.
Gabby at work today, she was on bar and she made a flat white, which is like just a latte. It's supposed to have a white dot on the top.
Yeah.
And it was like a white dot that was like coming down, and she was on DTL, and she's like all in a low voice. She's all, Amy, my flat white looks like a butthole. And I was like, wow. And I was like laughing through the whole next order.
That's hilarious.
She's
Damn.
mad funny.
I thought that joke was going in a different way.
What do you mean?
See, like I thought that you were gonna like kind of tie it into like you got to be a curvy girl if you're gonna make a flat white, or else you're a flat white making a flat white, you know?
That's funny. She's not flat or white.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, I was caught. I mean, I kind of can't believe that you insinuated that I don't have an affinity for breasts. You know?
No, but I would say that you have a folder on Instagram for butts. You don't have them. You have butts, LOL, and cats.
What's that?
There's
LOL?
no like funny videos.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have it.
Yeah.
But you don't have a boobs one,
Well,
right?
no, it's like this. A nice picture with breasts would kind of fall into that category.
Into what?
Into the butt category.
But it's called butts.
Yeah, it's like because I don't want to give it like a fucking
sexy or something.
Who
Name
are we talking
it
about?
the fat folder.
Don't fact that. Who were we talking about recently? Fuck. What band is this?
I don't even know how to make folders on Instagram.
What band is this that has titles that are way too fucking long? Remember we were just talking about this? Fall Out Boy, dude. Hold on a second.
My Adam's apple is on point today for all of you YouTube followers.
Oh yeah, someone commented that Amy has that Amy has an Adam's apple.
You know what it is? I think it's I think my vocal cords are a little enlarged because of my singing. But whatever.
All right, so listen.
I have a Zach.
Yeah.
69th episode.
So, yeah, someone in the comments was like, "Bro, you need to talk to your wife. Her Adam's apple is in plain sight."
Talk to me, bro.
And I almost commented back, "Damn, you're such a virgin, dude." Because I mean, if you speak to more than one girl, you know that some girls, and I'd say most girls, have a neck. Okay, you see a little throat action. But hold on. So here are some Fall Out Boy songs. Ugh, this is the worst title I've ever heard. A little less 16 candles, a little more touch me. Fuck you, dude.
A quote inside the quote.
Fuck you. There's one that I need to find. Oh my god. Champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends. Fuck yourself. Okay? God damn. Oh, yo! Get busy living or get busy dying. And then in fucking parentheses, do your part to save this scene and stop going to shows. Hey, Fall Out Boy. Fuck you.
Are you looking for the one that we saw?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This one?
No, right under it.
Oh my god. So many of these are so crazy. Here. I slept with someone in Fall Out Boy, and all I got was this stupid song written about me. I'm gonna get me too'd. I'm like a lawyer with the way I'm always trying to get you off me. Parentheses, me and you. Hey, dude, these are things I wouldn't admit. What are you talking about? These are crazy ideas. You sound like a predator, dude. All right, so here's
This album's old, True.
Here's the worst
This is
one.
2007.
I still made it, you know. Hey, that's when they were famous.
Okay.
You know, that's when they were actually making music, probably. All right, so
Where do we see this? Spotify?
it was Spotify. Here's the fucking song title to end all song titles. Okay. I've got a dark alley and a bad idea that says you should shut your mouth, and then in fucking parentheses, summer song. Hey, you know what that song should be called? Summer.
Not why song? It's obviously
We
a
know
song.
it's a song. Fucking Patrick Stump, Pete Wentz, Joe Troman, and Andy Hurley. Fucking hell, dude! Like,
From Under the Cork Tree.
I know nothing about you guys, and I was just joking about you having predatory song names. I have no idea who you guys actually are. Oh, we have some comments. Charlie Stickney asks, "Where are all the quotes coming from?" See, quotes. Those are song titles by the band Fall Out Boy. I was stricken with anger upon seeing one of those. I'm gonna call it a novella as a title on Spotify. And I just wanted to look up those song titles and go through them and see what's going on there.
A lot of them are very long.
Yeah. What was I talking about that this was a segue from? Hold on. Does anyone who's watching know what I was talking about?
You don't have a list today?
I mean, I have something that I want to get to. But we were talking about sex and then song.
Weird places.
Fuck. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Fall Out Boy, you know, this song title is fucking insane. I know one of these guys had a dick picture leak. Adam's Apple, that was on the way there. Well, how did we get into Fall Out Boy, though?
I don't know.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Damn. I feel like a member of the Bristol.
We were talking about sex, and then you started thinking about Fall Out Boy. True.
No. It was a clear progression, okay? Starting to get pissed. Talking about getting caught, talking about breasts.
Oh, I don't know how it's a segue in any way, but remember we were talking about my journal entry and how it was fictional?
Yeah. Fictional. And you were embarrassed. Hold on, do you think that your dad believed you that it was fictional?
No.
I wouldn't believe you.
He'd be like, okay. And just end it.
Well, hold on. Charlie says, I heard something about an Adam's apple and then the quotes, and that's where I came in anyway. That seems about right. Yeah, hold on. Actually, let me do a little promo for Charlie. Charlie actually is the writer of White Ash. And now White Ash is a comic I purchased on Kickstarter, and it's coming out again through Scout Comics in January. And White Ash is one of the best things going on in comics right now, and I mean that shit. I don't say, I don't compliment books that I don't read, and two, don't like. If I support your book, you'll know if I read it and liked it.
Yeah,
I'll talk about
genuine.
it. I'll talk about it for real. And to just keep it 100% real, most of the books that I purchased on Kickstarter I haven't read yet. But White Ash stuck out to me pretty hard, and I read it, and I was very impressed.
Nice.
It's a great book.
Thanks for joining us.
So fucking, I lost my train of thought.
Did your mom ever have like the birds and the bees talk with you?
No, never. The closest that we ever came was I was like 17, and my dad knocked on my door, and
So you were still a virgin then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was a virgin until I was, I think 21, 22. But yeah, I'll figure that out in a second. My dad came into the room, and I remember exactly how he said it. He wanted to approach it so seriously. He said, "Got laid yet?"
Like man to man.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but I was like pissed. maybe because I wanted to
Because it
and
felt
hadn't.
like pressure, kind of.
Yeah. I said no. You know? That reminded me of one other thing that he said to me that he like. This was, he said it as a joke, but I got pissed. One time, I was wearing this skeleton hoodie. Okay? And at this time, I was trying hard to lose weight because I was working at McDonald's and I was surrounded 40 hours a week by the worst food you can eat. Right? And, and it was on my mind that I didn't want to like keep eating that. And I had this hoodie that was like decked out as a skeleton. And one day, after I was trying to lose weight, my dad picked me up and I walked back toward the car and he said, "Oh, looks like you're losing weight." And I was like, "Oh, really? Thanks." And he said, "Yeah, you're all skin and bones." And he was talking about the hoodie as a joke. I said, "Oh."
He didn't mean it.
The joke bombed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for his reasons, though.
I was pissed.
For yours.
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's see. I was never like. I also was never caught in anything sexual. I was pretty open with, especially my mom, about like things that I experienced, like liking girls and kissing girls and stuff. As far as like crazy things, though, there was one relationship where, and here's me. You and I, we've never had any outdoors occasions, you know?
Because to me, now at this point, it's not worth getting in trouble.
No.
We have our own home and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid and everything and I lived with my parents, that's when I would like go out in my car and go out and about and this and that. Because unlike you, I was having sex younger.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
So I lived with my parents and I couldn't even have a guy in my room.
Yeah.
So that's why that happened. Now we have our room, we have our living room, we have the kitchen. It's just like there's no point in like ever having to have a conversation with like any sort of cop or whatever else that would be uncomfortable.
God,
you know what I mean? Like it's just it would be too embarrassing. Like we're a grown ass couple. You know?
I mean, I'll tell this story. That there was speaking of cop, you know, there were two relationships that I was in where there were some outdoor occasions, and one of them, the later one, was kind of exciting because there was no place else for us to go. We were kind of between places, and there was nowhere else to go but like car or like stay somewhere, you know. So it was a lot of car action. The other relationship that I was in, I felt that I was like being pushed toward like outdoor activities and kinky stuff, which I didn't want to do that, you know.
Just for the sake of outdoors, like.
Yeah, and like I felt that I was like kind of like pushed into that, and I really had no interest in that, but I just went along. But with this other relationship, it was really early on, and I was in between homes, and I was staying at a friend's house, but I had the back of my car had all my stuff in it. And among those things were a bunch of seat domes, you know. Oh, we have some comments. Derek Markovic.
Yeah, he came through drive-thru today with his dog Pinky. So cute.
Yeah, I've never said Derek's name out loud. Derek Markovic.
I think that's how you say it. I've never said his
Comments.
last name.
Yo, Pat and Amy, what's up? Bob Seger wrote a song about this called Night Moves. Maybe we'll play this in the background.
Word.
So listen, I'm in my car with this individual. In the back, we have what I forgot was there was a bong there. There was a bong. There was clothing. It was an unused bong. It was a bong that I gave as a gift to an ex, and she never used it. And there's clothing. There's just books. Just my stuff. And among those were some of those, as Dr. Dre and Tupac referred to it in California Love, a Jimmy hat. Okay, some condoms, you know. So I was trying to have sex in the car, and it was going off, but it had happened a couple of times. So there was like a buildup of condom garbage. Okay, not to get too graphic, but I was using the box for the condoms as the condom garbage, and a cop caught us like making out in the car. Two cops, and we were on like some like residential street, and the cops No. So we had stopped. We were caught making out by a cop elsewhere. Here, we were successful. We were not caught. We got out of the car after everything, and as we got out of the car, I got my hoodie from the back seat, and the box of condoms, all the condom garbage, fell out. And she was already coming around. And in my head, this is such a crazy thought. My thought was, if she sees me pick this up, she's not going to want to hold my hand while walking. So I want to hold her hand. So I'm going to pick it up later. Okay? What a choice that was. So we started to walk, and then we were stopped by police walking. 2 cops. And the cops questioned us for a long, long time. We showed our IDs. I showed my brother's PBA cards, the badge, and they didn't care. They were really, really on us because they said that there were some kind of like break-ins or something on that block, which I didn't believe that because it was a very fancy looking block.
Yeah.
And it was dead quiet. There was no sense of like anyone else is around, no sense of like danger or anything, nothing. So finally they accept that we're just 2 new lovebirds walking, and they let us go. And then we watch them drive away, and I see them stop at my car in my rear view. I turn around, they stop at the car, and then he gets out, he looks down at the car, gets back and whoop, and comes back and says, "What the fuck is all that on the ground?"
Oh my god.
And
your sea domes.
Yep, those sea domes, those little wet boys, you know? And I was so embarrassed, and she was so embarrassed.
Oh my god.
I said I said the truth. I was like, we've been having sex a lot. I said like that.
You said that?
Yeah. What the fuck else can I say? There's like 6 in there, you know?
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Yeah, and like, not all the 6 were like used either. Like it was also like there was more than she thought because there were a few of them that I opened. It was like an old dry one. I was like, nah, it's not safe, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm getting kind of embarrassed even talking about it, you know.
That's such a memory though. That's a good story.
Yeah, and here, you know how it fucking ends?
He said, "Whoop."
It came right back to me. You know how this shit ends though? We got away, and we kept walking, and oh my god, I left my glasses. I took my glasses off, and I left them. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go back to my glasses. And then I remember the exact area where we left because we were sitting, and then all of a sudden we heard, and I was like, what the fuck? So I got up, and the sprinklers on someone's lawn came on. So I went like this and like took off my glasses.
Oh my god.
So we just found that house, and then I was like, okay, so we're gonna use my headlights and then get out. And as I came to a break, I heard, I ran over my glasses. What a night!
That's the craziest night ever.
What a night, you know?
Jesus.
What a fucking night. Oh man.
That's wild.
We have some comments
here.
here.
Sex a lot.
Yeah, that was so awkward. Lou Dog comments, "Yo Pat, what's your favorite Pokemon?"
Oh.
I'll tell you right now, I'm feeling Drifloon. I'm a big Drifloon guy. But a few evergreen ones for me. I love cat Pokemon like Skitty. I love Purloin. And my old school classic favorite that I always said growing up was Sandshrew. I love Sandshrew. Love Sandshrew.
You also really like Cranidos.
Oh, Cranidos is my guy. That's my son. In fact, can you go get that toy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cranidos is like a little denizen of Jurassic Park. You know, he's a beautiful little boy. This is Cranidos right here.
He's so cute.
Love him so much. Charlie comments, "This is not the story to eat lunch to." Sorry, Charlie. You know, sorry talking about those milky socks.
Why are we eating lunch at 4:15?
No, he's in California.
Ah.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Derek comments, "Oof, yeah, it was quite the event." You know, have you ever gotten caught by the police outside? Mm-hmm. What happened to you? Were you like making out, or were you like fully having sex?
No, I was smoking weed.
Oh, I'm talking about sex though.
Yeah, but the thing about it is,
yeah.
no on that one, but when I was in community college, my friend and I went to go smoke in her truck up on like the hill up in the neighborhood. And it was like a rainy-ish kind of day, like cloudy and kind of humid for San Diego, even though that's like not really usual.
Yeah.
But we were like smoking.
Very sorry, so gross.
We were like hotboxing her car, and we saw the police coming up, and she's like mad smart about it. She like lit incense in her car, and she like cracked the windows, and she told them that the reason that it was steamy in the car is because we were like making out in the car, and they let us go.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like a mix.
And it's lucky that you had a pair of progressive cops, you know?
Or just horny cops.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
But yeah.
Now, a little more tie into this conversation too. I wanted to talk about. We talked about it a little bit last time, but I want to talk about this post by this. It's a foot model.
Oh yeah.
And now, let me tell you something. There's nothing that I'm into less than feet sexuality. Okay,
Instagram is insane.
I don't want to say her name because I don't want any like.
Don't go hate on her on our.
Yeah,
behalf,
don't go hate on her at all. But just oh God, hold on, is this the right day? I gotta find the right post.
I think it was the boat one.
That's what I thought too, but.
No, not that one.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That is it. So, let me tell you something. A very popular fetish, for those who don't know, is feet and toes, okay? Guys like to think about feet and toes having sex with them. Usually the feet and toes attached to a beautiful woman. Sometimes they don't even care what the woman looks like. They just like those PAs, okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever met a guy who's into those PAs?
Not real. Not like that. Not like at all, really, even.
Yeah. It's pretty popular, you know? Like, I see a lot of people that I know, like, joking around about it. Yeah. But it's like, it's not one that I get, but it's popular, so you gotta accept it, you know? Mm-hmm. But this, I saw this foot model post this Instagram post, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so this video she posts is... It's a video. I'm not gonna play the whole thing or show you guys really, but she is she's attractive. You know, she's not she's not bad looking. She is in a black outfit. She has a dress on, it's about to her knees. She has her hands spread Vanna White style, as if she's showing off the whole city, and her feet are, one is like curled over the edge of the boat, and the other is cocked into the sky. Mm-hmm. You know, just I guess this is just her feet spread for your imagination. Okay, and she writes, and I'll react to this, and so can you as I read it. Okay, she writes, here in New York City, and this is posted just so you know, on 9/11. Okay, this year, she posts, here in New York City, it's a day of remembrance, and today, as I soak up the sun out here on the beautiful Hudson. Oh, already. Okay? So, on this day of remembrance, I'm so comfortable. Yeah. You know? All fucking ready. On this day of remembrance and today, as I soak up the sun out here in the beautiful Hudson, I'm inspired to share a little personally learned, quote-unquote, Wednesday wisdom. First of all, okay. No one, including myself, experiences a quote-unquote perfect life. And no one is excluded from potentially bad things happening along our life's journey. Okay, I'm with it so far. That's fine. It's fine. What are you talking about? 1, 2.
It just doesn't match the post, though.
Sure doesn't. She then goes, but often in our life, our past tragedies can cause us to live in fear. Excuse me, I burped. Or cause our minds to experience conditions like anxiety, worry, or depression. I'm with you. I understand. And by allowing ourselves to live in the past, we found ourselves playing small, or even worse, not at all. Playing small, or even worse, not at all. Not playing. Okay.
Playing life.
Okay. Yeah. But this is not our natural state as human beings. When we are at ease and happy, that's when we experience mind and body aligning, and also when we experience unexpected and wonderful opportunities, not to mention healing. So today, even if you can't get out into the sunshine, I want to invite you to spend a little time with me, even vicariously, and cast your worries and fears aside. Because buddies, said her name, whoops, I'll try to bleep it out. Because buddies, there's no guarantees in life. When it comes to time, we have to make every moment count. And so I say, why wait? Let's start now. And then here we go with the big fucking problem. Hashtag put your best foot forward. Oh, making foot fetish jokes on 9/11. On 9/11 post. Live your best life, sure. Overcome fear, sure. September 11th, you're a foot model posting a foot picture, though. Hashtag Hudson River. Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. Hashtag come back stronger. Hashtag empowered. Hashtag barefoot. Hashtag life is beautiful. Hashtag soak up the sun. Hashtag, and the worst one, beautiful feet.
And you forgot hashtag life advice.
Yeah, right? Here we go. You can't post a picture on 9/11 about 9/11 and then make it about your feet. You can't do it. That's a crazy thing to do. Yeah. Okay? That is a crazy thing to do.
That's over the top.
This is, and the comments here are fucking insane. There's this
Everybody
guy.
loves her.
This guy posts 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy posts 6 eggplant emojis and the coming emoji, a tongue, a hard eyes, a kiss mouth, and a tongue face. You fuck. Someone writes, oh, beautiful. Someone writes, she is the best pretty feet queen. Hey, she's talking kind of about 9/11 though, man. You know? I love your feet and hair, some guy posts. Okay, dude. Happy 9/11 to you too, I guess. Oh, this is so... it's the ultimate cringe. It's the ultimate fucking cringe. And there's one comment here.
It's mad cringy. That's a good word.
I'm trying to get to this comment here. It's pretty far back. I don't know if I can find it.
Do you remember what along the lines it was?
Oh, I remember the exact phrase. A guy told her that he wants to... Maybe it's this one? Let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, no, it was the other one. He said he wants to give her... I can't even say it.
Oh, God.
Cummy feet.
Oh, yeah. You told me that when you saw it. You're
like,
dude.
Don't talk about cummy feet on 9/11, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey... In fact, no, talk about it on 9/11. Post a picture of just your feet on 9/11. Just don't make a picture.
Don't, put it together.
About your feet. Be fake about 9/11. Mm-hmm. It's really about your feet.
Right.
You know? That's so gross to me, but also so hilarious that someone did that, you know? Someone took that picture. That's fine. I agree with that. Good idea. You want that to be your career? I support it. Beautiful. Do it.
She's killing it too.
She has a great following. Do that. But then to post that caption and to have hashtag September 11th and hashtag beautiful feet, come on.
In one.
Come on, you know? And she did say, put your best foot forward.
Yes.
Making puns, you know?
Cringe.
But anyway, had to cover that on our sex episode.
Oh, yeah. Because that's a fetish.
That's such
feet.
a fetish. Do you have any fetishes?
I don't think so. Not that I would call.
I noticed that you like to come, you know?
That's not a fetish. That's regular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because fetish is supposed to be not along the lines of the norm, right?
Oh, I guess a break from the norm,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Isn't that kind of the definition of it?
I mean,
be able to...
let's define fetish. Fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, part of the body, etc. Part of the body, okay. So
I would say no.
Okay. Do I have one?
I don't think so. I wouldn't call you any of your sexual desires or even the boob or butt thing a fetish, because that's normal. It's not abnormal. Do you know what I mean? Abnormal would be nose or ear or feet.
Are there any nose guys, do you think?
There has to be.
So would they
look it
a
up,
big
nose fetish?
Oh, I don't want to look it up, but I'm gonna.
Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna look away.
Nose fetish. Okay. We got images.
Nose fetishism. It's on. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to describe the pictures.
They just have big nostrils that you could fit your dick in.
One girl with big nostrils. Two girls smushing their noses together.
That's weird.
So in here, do you think that someone has the fetish?
I feel bad for saying that.
Why?
Just because I sound like an idiot. That's weird.
I mean, weird doesn't mean bad.
But that's the definition. It's abnormal.
Baby, you do so many weird things. Like, what do? You, it's crazy that I'm struggling to think of it because sometimes you'll do something I'm like, that was so fucking weird.
It's true.
Like, I would say it's weird how much true crime you listen to, but it's like, it's not. That's pretty common, actually.
Yeah.
But like weird doesn't mean bad. I do weird things. Like it's weird. Like my OCD stuff is weird. Mm-hmm. It's weird that I started the podcast and did a little striptease action. You know. It's weird that I'm like squirming around right now on this couch.
That's a little weird, yeah.
It's kind of weird how much we love our cats. You know, it's not we treat our cats in a way that's kind of like I feel is uncommon.
Yeah, like humans.
Yeah, I feel it's uncommon.
Okay.
I don't even want to stand up straight again. I'm so comfortable.
Don't.
What else do you want to talk about today? Do you have anything else to cover?
I don't think so.
One thing that I'll say is that finally, when you guys see this, those who are watching live, it's going to be next week. Those who are watching when this actually comes out, tomorrow, Wednesday, Snapfish Hustle, Volume 1, the trade paperback, comes out.
Wait, tomorrow? Next week?
Hey. I set it up so beautifully.
No, I know, but...
For those who are watching on YouTube.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Got it.
Ooh.
Guess I'm a piece of shit.
It's weird how fucking furious I am now. No. It's,
yeah, that's weird.
Now, Snapfish Hustle is my series that I created with Emily Pearson through Black Mass Comics. It is about a group of Instagram models, not foot models, but Instagram models, right? Maybe they have foot pictures, who knows? They are running a drug business in plain sight, okay? And it's sort of like Breaking Bad meets Sex in the City, and it's going to be collected as a graphic novel coming out tomorrow for those who are watching on YouTube.
It's really good. The artwork is so good too.
Thanks.
Like the colors and everything, and also the story is excellent. I think that it's something that a lot of different kinds of people will enjoy because it reminds me of TV.
Thanks so much.
Like good TV.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been excited for it to come out because what happened was issue 4 didn't come out in print. It only came out digitally because we wanted to, there were printer issues and it had been a while and we had already solicited the trade. So when it came down to it, the call was made to just put out the graphic novel now and not put out that 4th single issue. Right. So this, for those who are following in the single issues, this is how it ends. This is the actual full story. And yeah, it's going to be out then. And hey, speaking of episode 69, that one's about some sexy sex,
Yeah, there's nudity in that one. Some say in that one,
Definitely. And hey, you know what?
Beret, as we call them.
Actually, here is one thing I wanted to talk about. And this is a story I thought I would never tell. This is my final story for the podcast.
Okay.
In my career, first of all, you're stressing me out with this.
Sorry.
I just hear click in the background. In my career as a writer, I've worked a lot on freelance properties that I really had no control over what goes on the cover. Mm-hmm. And it started out with Zenescope. And Zenescope is a company known for having very cheesecake-driven covers, a lot of breasts and butts on the covers.
Yeah, like pin-up-y.
Yeah. And that had been... in one of my relationships, that had been a problem. When my ex found out how long my contract was, because we had started dating when I was already signed exclusively to them, and she was fine for a while, but then she saw a nude cover. She saw me signing in person a nude cover at a convention, and she was mortified. And she, when we got home, said, "How long are you exclusive to them?" And I told her, and she cried.
Wow.
And she cried. But Then I got away from Zenoscope. I was no longer exclusive. That contract was up, and I began to work for other companies. And some companies, uh, I was doing kid stuff, and others I was doing like adult stuff and like hard R stuff. And there was this one book I was working on. It's a sister company to Avatar called Boundless, and my first project for them was called
Crossed.
No, that's Avatar.
Sorry.
Helena.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good guess though. No, it's the same company.
All right.
It's,
Cool.
it's very
And it's
close.
like a similar, like, the story could be about this.
Yes, it's about as close as you can get.
Yeah.
Helena, I was warned by the editor that they do like harder core stories, and I was like, so like what are we talking? Are we talking like Game of Thrones level like violence and nudity? And he said, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's fine. That's the same thing that I've been doing with Zenoscope. That's the same thing that I see you doing at Avatar. So yeah, it turns out that there was much more than that, and that's fine. Like I'm not upset about that at all because they fed our family for a long time. I wasn't getting invited to do gigs elsewhere, and I was able to bring home money in writing stories that I didn't put anything that crazy into it. But sometimes the story would come back. But mostly it was the covers that I'd see. I'm like, God damn. Mm-hmm. And I was even warned by someone, a friend of mine, Ralph. He saw the solicitation for Helena, and he was like, Shan, some of these covers are pretty intense. You got to watch out. So at that point, I hadn't seen them. And I looked, and I was like, oh, God damn. It's so much more than I thought.
You're like, wow, that's intense.
Yeah, so I made the choice to not look at the covers. Because the truth is, there's like a standard cover, which... it's intense. It's like, it's very cheesecakey. It's not really something that I would produce for my own work. But it wasn't something that I like hated, It was just like, I wish it were different, but I understand why this is what it is. And it's supporting my life. I like working with this company. They treat me well, first and foremost. They treat me better than other companies who wouldn't do this kind of work treated me. Very often, there were some companies, and some it wasn't even their fault, but they didn't even pay me sometimes, So I was getting paid, and it was going great. As far as actual payment, I didn't get much problems as far as the stories go. I found it very easy to work for them. Mm-hmm. And then one day, and this is, I almost cringe as I tell this story because I don't want to hurt anyone who's involved in the book. But it did take me off guard, and I never talked about it to anyone except you. But one day, I went to a comic book store to do a signing. Do you know where I'm going with this or no?
Not yet.
So, I did a signing, and it was for the release of my creator-owned comic, Breathless. And they asked me if I would sign some of the books that they had in stock. So, I was like, sure. And they brought out a stack of their stock, okay? I'm signing. And then... on the bottom of it, I get to the last two comics, and one of them is just a butt. Just a whole butt. And I was like, what is this?
Like a spread open butt?
It was like this. It was... the first butt was a little spread, and then I was like, what is this? And then I looked at the final one, because there was two at the bottom. The final one is a butt super spread and open. I was like, God damn! And... everyone in the store like starts laughing, and I was like, what is this? And they said, that's a retailer exclusive for your book through them. And I was like, really? And it was just like so far beyond Game of Thrones level nudity. It was like
hardcore porn, like not even porn that you'd watch.
No, and it kind of like I was of two minds of that, because there was a while back, the writer John Green, he posted this one video called "I Am Not a Pornographer," and because his book "Looking for Alaska" was challenged in schools, and someone accused him of writing a pornographic scene in there, and he did this like heroic writer video, sort of like rebuking that, saying "I am not a pornographer." And when I saw that cover, my first thought was, I'm a pornographer.
Aww.
I'm a pornographer.
Yeah.
And I was really taken off guard. And for a while, I was like, man, should I, like, I came down to like a crisis of faith. Like I was getting more money from writing freelance, and a large portion was writing these books that than I was than I would have in like a day job that I could get, you know. And I was supporting our family, and at this time especially we had a lot of like cat vet visits and stuff, and I had been given no reason editorially or creatively besides that to be upset. And I otherwise wouldn't have known that the cover existed.
Right.
And they knew that because it's such a rare cover, and the store like pranked me.
Yeah.
And
Like they were going for shock value.
yeah, and like they meant well. Like
And they put it on the bottom.
they meant it as a joke, you know. But when I saw that, I was like, damn, how many more of these exist? I don't know of. From other titles even too. And I always felt kind of like sad about that one that existed, and two that I also felt like I was in a position that I didn't want to say I didn't like it because I didn't want to hurt someone who was
Right.
like editorially helping me.
Totally.
And that I was collaborating with because
Right.
like it was a fair and even collaboration, and I like that company's team a lot.
Yeah.
They treated me better than almost anyone in comics treated me.
It's just a different
You know?
style.
Yeah, and it's
And some people, like, there are people that are into everything, you know?
yeah,
So
and
there is an audience for that, obviously.
Oh,
Or else
yeah.
they wouldn't even be going still.
and what's true is I think that my worry is like what if someone who like reads Destiny New York might look for more of my stuff and see that thing isn't this antithetical to what he does on other books, and maybe that's true. I don't know, but and if it is true, like
But it doesn't speak to, like, you as a whole.
Yeah.
It's just a freelance job that you did.
yeah, and the truth is I have Avatar stuff that hasn't come out yet. I like working with
Yeah.
Avatar. I'll work for them again, you know.
And with them,
I'll definitely
it's-
work for them again.
It's a team effort, so your name's on there, and like, you know, so are other people's names and stuff. Where, if anyone were to look up, you know, their work, you know,
Yeah.
the artist or whatever else, but with like Destiny New York, that if they were to do any like looking into that, that's all you basically.
Yeah, definitely. And like I didn't even I didn't even go into this trying to tell that story. I just the conversation of fetish had me kind of like think back to that. I'm like, damn, that happened. You know, like that has been on my mind in some ways. That like that was like freakier than I'm into. You know,
Yeah.
as far as that kind of stuff goes. And yeah, I just wonder that sometimes about like I wonder like if what I've done in the short term to help us live, I wonder if that would affect me in the long term sometimes, you know. But I don't know.
In this case, I don't really think so.
I wouldn't change what I've done because I always want to support us, you know. And but yeah, no, that was just interesting. I thought, you know.
Like, remember the one time, because I used to do modeling, I was a Suicide Girl hopeful.
Yeah.
But they never bought one of my sets, so I never was an official Suicide Girl. But I had hopeful sets up on
Yeah.
there that were, like, in the official standards of the Suicide Girl pictures
Yes.
taken by professional photographers and stuff. And, like, they have a list. And I remember when someone said that I was a porn star because I did nude modeling. Because
who
there
was
are
that?
just someone.
Yeah.
There are people that think the two are the same, and there are people that think the two things are different,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. And it's just, you know, everyone thinks differently. But like with those like photo shoots, I would be thinking the same thing. I want to be paid for this set of photos, and I want to do it correctly, and there's like a set of rules and stuff, and then one of the rules is like, oh, you have to have this certain kind of photo from this angle.
PSFB, right?
Yeah. And it's like PSFB, and I like look at that and I'd be like, really? It has to be like listed out like that? It has to be that specific? Do you know what I mean? And I would feel weird about that. Like, oh, what if later like someone goes and, you know, what if this set is bought and someone goes and looks and that they can, it's basically like the comic book you're describing.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
that's a picture of me, like
Yeah.
professionally shot or whatever. And I would think about that too. And now, like that being said, since they never bought any of my pictures and like those were taken down and stuff, so now they're like nowhere to be found on the internet. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah, so that with those sets specifically, that's the case with those. So I'm just kind of like, whatever.
Definitely, yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's kind of like I'm here trying to do my own thing and portray myself as an artist, but I'm also trying to work with others and like the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that collaboration where you make compromise, or like you find yourself in a situation where it's like, I'm already here. Like this is done.
Right.
Like when I saw the first round of covers where I was like, whoa, I was like, well, it's done. I wrote this, it's out. I can't take it back.
You just have to accept it now.
Yeah, and financially, I can't take it back. and treatment wise, they give me no reason to want to take it back.
Right.
You know. But and speaking of PSFB, there's for those who are watching this and then go by Snap Ice Hustle, there's a PSFB joke in that book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll be it for tonight.
Totally.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, you guys. We'll be back soon. We're gonna be on a regular schedule again soon.
Yeah, we're gonna drop at least every Tuesday. Tuesday at 12 midnight. And we're aiming to have a guest on next time.
Nice.
And that guest is gonna be the woman who once
birthed you.
had sex. She did. It's true.
She conceived, birthed, raised you.
And she gave birth to all this. Okay.
And then she became one of my best friends.
She's amazing. I love her. She is my mother.
Totally. When we go to San Diego, we should set up a couple interviews that we won't have to do it live or whatever, but we should get clips from my brother and my mom.
I want to, yeah.
Totally.
Sure. All right, everyone.
Bye. Making dinner tonight?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's okay.
Can I Norfolk you?
Yeah.
Space between. Space between. Space between. Space between. Space between.